Hi there, it's Kelly here from Making Health Matter. Thanks for joining me. If it's your very first time, welcome to my channel. Feel free to subscribe. And if you're a regular, thanks for coming back. Today I'm going to talk about 10 things that you can do instead of mindless snacking. Now, I'm not talking about when you're hungry and you really need to go and have a snack. I'm talking about that time when you know that you've eaten enough, you really aren't hungry, but you're not sure what to do with yourself. So it's easier to wander into the kitchen, grab a little snack, just kind of keep eating and eating and eating, and get rid of that boredom. Or you know how you have that special drawer where you keep your yummy snacks that you don't really want to share and you don't want them out in the open because you eat them all the time? Yeah, this is one of those times. You don't really need it, so I'm going to give you some tips on how to avoid. Now, none of us are perfect. There's nothing wrong with sometimes just having a snack for the sake of having a snack. But there are times when you're regretful and you wish you hadn't. So if you think that's going to be one of those times that you wish you didn't, I have 10 things that will help you out. The first thing you could do is go for a walk. There is something extra special about nature. I mean, it really has been proven that nature is a way to be able to reduce stress, plus you get a lot of fresh air. If you are unable to get outside for a walk, you can always A, walk indoors, or B, do some sort of other exercise, some sort of movement. There are a ton of free videos on YouTube, depending on what your mobility is like and your exercise level. There's something really for everyone. And exercise is a benefit in so many ways. It will help to manage your blood sugar, it helps with your mental health and your mood, and it's great for your muscles and bones. The second thing that you can do instead of mindlessly eat is read. When you find a book that you love, it takes you into an entire new world, and it really does occupy your mind in a very positive way. Well, depending on your book, I guess. I don't know. I tend to read things that don't creep me out. Some people like to read fiction, some non. Some people are just into short stories or magazines. Whatever works for you, find something that you love to read, and it will keep you away from that bag of chips. A third option is to play a game. Now, the good thing about games is you get to play with other people, so that's always fun. I keep this one very close, Bananagrams. Oh, one of my favorite games. But if you find that you don't have anyone to play with, everyone else is busy, or you're home alone, or you're in a location where it's just not an opportune place or time to play a game, there's lots that are easily accessed online. So most of us have a phone. You can just pull up your phone, play a game of solitaire or Candy Crush, I don't know, whatever suits your fancy. But playing a game will keep you busy, you'll have a little bit of fun, and you won't be mindlessly snacking. The fourth option is to engage in that activity that you know brings you peace and happiness and joy. For everybody, that's a little bit different. I love to make crafts, so for me, I would want to do some sort of crafting. You can do some knitting, there's sewing, there are people who love to plant, there are people who love to make YouTube videos. There are all kinds of different hobbies out there. You need to find one that kind of brings a little spark into your life, and then when you know you're kind of wandering around, there's a little bit of that boredom happening, rather than fill that boredom with food, fill that with something that has no calories, but all the benefit of a great time. Okay, the fifth thing. Some people are going to like this, and some of you might say, what? But number 5 is to organize or clean. I'm telling you, it is a great feeling when you're done. I mean, there's very few people I know that get up and say, oh, shall I have a piece of cake? Or shall I organize my closet? And organize the closet comes at the peak of the interest there? Not really. But when you are done, it is such a great feeling. I tell you, my mom does this all the time. Her house is immaculate. She is always cleaning. And I'm not telling you to start cleaning like the entire house, although if you have the time, go crazy. But it's just that little drawer that you might neglect, or maybe a cupboard that you thought, yeah, it's a little bit cluttery. It has a great benefit that when you're done, you just feel that kind of peaceful feeling of knowing where everything is and having it organized. And you've taken your mind off something that you didn't really need in the first place. And really, after you're done cleaning, if you're still hungry, it's probably not mindless eating. You're probably hungry. Number 6 is connect. Connect with someone, whether it's a family member or a friend or even a pet. It's great when you're connecting with someone because you are busy with developing a relationship and creating memories, and you're not really thinking about snacking. And it's going to keep your mind occupied in a very positive way. I know that a lot of the connecting I do is with my mom. It's fantastic. We have a whole bunch of memories that we might not have had I not been hungry so often. Number 7 is meditation. Meditation has many benefits. And for those of you who don't meditate, you don't want to freak out at this point and say, what? I have to be quiet, do nothing. No. Meditation is different for everyone. You can meditate for 2 minutes, all the way up to as much time as you want. And some people will put on an actual meditation, so a guided meditation, lots of those on YouTube. Some people will put on music and just sit and relax. Meditation looks different for everyone, so you don't want to get stuck in a box on what you think meditation should look like. But it has so many benefits. It has a lot of health benefits. It's said to actually be able to control pain, reduce stress and anxiety. It actually will help cravings. For those of you who don't sleep, it's supposed to help you sleep. So there are so many benefits to meditation. Number 8 is to enjoy a podcast. Many of you have podcasts that you listen to regularly, and if you don't listen to podcasts, you need to check them out. There are so many. You can listen to podcasts on things like stories, like mystery stories, if they're entertaining you, or something more informative. I am always on podcasts looking for information on making health matter, just things that I can do to improve my physical health, emotional health. I find that they're fantastic because you can also find podcasts that go for an hour. You can find podcasts that go for 10 minutes. You're in the middle of a podcast and you can pause it. You can listen to a podcast while driving, while going for a walk, while just lying down. They are so very fantastic in terms of their flexibility and entertainment value. They keep your mind engaged and you're not thinking about anything else but what's on the podcast. Now, my tip number 9, you have to be careful with because some people might actually mindlessly eat while doing this. But my number 9 tip is watch a movie or a TV show that you love. I don't tend to snack necessarily when I'm watching TV, so it works for me. It gets you really focused on something that's entertaining, and then you kind of forget about that whole boredom piece. There's so many options. You don't even have to go through and watch an entire movie or an entire show. You can go on YouTube and look up something that might interest you, just redirecting your brain into something else. And ta-da! Tip number 10. Instead of eating, drink. Now, I don't mean go out and make an alcoholic beverage drink, although go for it if that's something you like. But drink water. Often we think we're hungry and we're actually thirsty. Many of us are dehydrated, so it's great just to have a drink of water. Or I tend to like to have something warm. I find the warm drink, it takes you a little time to make, and then you get to sip it and enjoy, and it's a little bit more relaxing. But it's a great way to be able to have a little something in your stomach, but hopefully it doesn't have empty calories. I wouldn't recommend going to Starbucks for a drink, although they are delicious. Probably might as well just have the bag of chips. I don't know why I keep going with the bag of chips. I guess I'm really craving a bag of chips. Well, I guess I have 10 options on things I can do now instead of thinking of that bag of chips. I hope these tips were helpful for you. If you have any tips that you want to share that you can add to my list, let me know in the comment section below. And thanks for joining me in Making Health Matter.